Okay, so now you've gone through the process of changing a graphic from a raster image to a vector image. So now we're ready to laser engrave it. So I'm in the laser engraving software called Retina Engrave. First thing we need to do is open our image. So I'm going to click on Open Existing Project. Click on Upload Document, and you're going to navigate to wherever it was you saved your flower to, and hopefully you did it on Google Drive so you can access it from this computer. I'm going to choose this smiley flower, and choose Open, and then choose Open. It takes a few moments for it to pull that in, depending on how fast our network is today. And here's my flower. And it actually brings in two images. One is the vector image, and the other, it still keeps that raster image, and I'll pull these off to the side here, and you'll see that there really are two flowers there. We don't need the raster image. We want it to cut it, so we're going to delete that raster image, and there's our flower. And we could resize it if we wanted to. We could rotate it if we want to, but we don't want to do that right now. So over here on the side, here's our vector properties, and you'll see that depending on how many colors you chose in your flower, we have the different, it'll show up here in different rows across here, and we can change the power for each one of those. Remember, it's not going to engrave in red. We're just using the red as a placeholder to change our power. And it's remembering my power from the last time I did this. So you're going to want to have the black, which is going to be the one that cuts. You want that to have a speed of 30 and a power of 100. And you simply click in here, and you can type the numbers that you want. We also want, for the red, we want this the exact opposite. We want the speed to be 100. We want it to be going full speed, but only using 30 power, because we just want it to mark it. We don't want it to cut through. The other thing, you want to make sure that the cutting is last. So it starts at the top and works its way down, and you can just drag these to put them in the order that you want. So we want no matter how many different ones you have here, you want the black, the cutting one, to be at the bottom of the list, because we want it to do the cutting last. So we need to add some other things in here. So I'm going to go up in the top right-hand corner, click on the little pencil. So now it brings us into the drawing mode. I'm going to choose the rectangle first. I'm going to come here and click and drag to draw my rectangle. I'm going to come over here on the side, and I want the width to be 350 and the height to be 400. And it sometimes takes a moment for that to happen, all depending on the speed of our network. All right, and I find clicking in these, it seems to speed that up. I'm not quite sure why that works, but it seems to speed it up. So 350 for the width, 400 for the height, and make sure the X and Y stay as 0. So we're going to export that to Retina Engrave. Yeah, it takes a moment. And the same thing here, that raster image comes in, so we're going to get rid of the raster image. And there's our rectangle. All right, 3 by 4. Now we need an oval to go in there. So I'm going to come back here to here, and I'm going to delete that object. And I find that sometimes the delete doesn't work unless I come here and choose delete. We don't want to do the square and the oval at the same time. If we do, when we bring them over to Retina Engrave, we can't treat them separate. We'd have to treat them together. So I want to bring this in. I'm going to create my oval. We'll resize it once we get over into Retina Engrave. So I'm going to export that over to Retina Engrave. And it takes a moment. Same thing. I want to get rid of my raster. So here's my oval. And kind of a quirk of this software is we can't control which one of these is on top. Even if I change the order over here, so we have to select it over here in order to be able to move those images. Okay. So you see, if I come over here and select it over here, now I can move my oval around. I think I want to make it a little smaller. Center that up. Now I'm going to select my flower. Bring my flower over. Okay, it looks a little big, so I'm going to make it a little smaller. Don't go too small, because then it'll be too small of pieces that you're dealing with. So that looks pretty good. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I don't want my square to laser. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to just turn that off. I didn't delete it. I just clicked on the eyeball just to make it so it's not visible. All right. And now we're ready to engrave it. You're not going to engrave this, not going to send it to the laser until I've checked it to make sure everything's okay. Ultimately, you'll click that little blue triangle, but we're not going to do that until I've checked it. And I know it's awful to say don't click the blue triangle, but please wait until I've checked it, because the laser may not be ready to go and we wouldn't want to laser something we don't really want to laser. So good luck and have fun.